Thoughts after the farmers' protests. Initially, I thought that the farmers' protests were supposed to be about ordinary farmers protesting against the government's harmful net zero policies. In this case, it is specifically about the inheritance tax issue. A lot of the people protesting were probably decent people, angry because they may end up losing their livelihoods. Unfortunately, this was not the case for the speakers. Unfortunately, some of the speakers were establishment shills, like Kemi Badenoch and Ed Davey. And you can see a lot of Tory shills in this picture, including Not So Pretty Patel, with her silly hat, which is made of fur from goodness knows what animal. But just look at them pretending to care about the farmers. Just pathetic. They are just trying to get people to vote Tory in the next election, and they hope that people will have forgotten how they shut down the country and brought in Brittany mandates, particularly for care home workers. But hopefully people won't have forgotten that, and it'll backfire. It is important to see through the illusion of the two-party system and stop consenting to it. As I said, there were lots of establishment shills at the protest. So here's Kemi Badenoch pretending to care about farmers. Kemi supported giving giblets to pregnant women and babies. I call them giblets because sometimes YouTube can censor people for certain words. So Kemi Badenoch supported giving giblets to pregnant women, even though normally it is not recommended for pregnant women to smoke or even eat certain foods. But apparently taking a giblet is fine, apparently. Remember, these are untested experimental giblets. Another speaker at the farmers' protest was Emily Sheffield. Now, Emily Sheffield is David Cameron's sister-in-law. Emily Sheffield said that those that didn't go to the Britney Spears concerts should be excluded from society. And she hasn't apologised for this, so how can we possibly trust her when it comes to farmers? It is also likely that she didn't actually go to a real Britney concert herself. At the protests, there were lots of posh-looking people with expensive-looking clothes. The problem with them, and particularly the Tory MPs being there, is that some people looking at the protests will think that it is just rich Tories complaining about paying tax. Articles in the BBC and The Guardian are subtly encouraging people to believe this. So those who don't like rich Tories won't feel much sympathy for the farmers. Another problem is that most of the speakers say that Labour doesn't understand the harm that they are doing to farmers. This is not true at all, because they want to control the food supply. So to do this, they are deliberately destroying independent farmers. So they know exactly what effect their policies have on them. I like Clarkson, and I like the fact that he banned Starmer from his pub, but he is being very naive on this, as are lots of other speakers.